All right, so we've talked about the overall assignment, so I'm going to just provide a few more tips for you as you all continue to think about and work on your Unit 2 assignment, the instruction set. So first, here are 10 instruction set tips. So you're going to, 1, teach. Users take things you say more seriously if you educate them on why you are telling them to do something in a particular way. So do this because XYZ. So don't just tell users how to do something, let them know why they're doing something. Steps. You need to break down your instructions into multiple stages with steps within them. So stage 1, selecting a good place to set up a tent. Stage 2, prepping the tent. So you're going to let them know in multiple stages or in breakdowns, the bigger steps, and then use sub-steps. Generally, you want to think about each step as having only one action. You need to include warnings. So place tips and warnings throughout the document where needed. Put them before the step they're giving advice or warning about. So you don't tell them after the step in case someone doesn't read everything first and then go throughout it. You want to preface every step with any warning or tip that a user might need. Use bullets and numbers. You should use bullets and numbers properly, though. Bullets are unordered lists, so use them when the order of bulleted advice is not important. Numbers are ordered lists, so they highlight that the steps must be read and performed in a chronological order. So remember, if a user needs to do something in a specific order, this is when you use numbers. If it doesn't matter if it comes in order, then you can use bullets. Feedback. Consider all the sensory cues that are necessary for the user to know they are doing a good job. So do check-ins. Let them know if it feels like this, then that means that you've, done this step correctly. Or if the product looks like this, that means that the step's done correctly. What message will appear? What should I see? What noise should I hear? What pop should I feel? What should I smell? So anything at any step that kind of indicates that that step is done correctly, you need to include that in the instructions so people know that they're on the right track and that they've done the step successfully. The same thing goes for negative feedback. So what shouldn't I see, hear, feel, or smell? So, if the table is wobbly, that means that the bolts aren't tight enough. If the cake is flat, that means that there wasn't enough this added. Of course, in that situation, it's too late, but you get the point. You should also think about the kind of key indicators that demonstrate that the step wasn't successfully completed. Let them know that that's an indicator that they need to go back and do that one. You need to be precise. So be as precise as possible in terms of measurement and any other commands to you, to your user. Give time measurement in terms of how long each step should take and even the project as a whole. Use a ruler in your photos to show how big something should be. Use precise language. So we don't use approximates when we're doing instructions. People need to know exactly what they need to do, what they need to see, what they need to use. You need to do all of these and be precise about them. Use images. So like the Lego set that I provided that you can go and look at, you need to be sure that your images actually show what you need them to show and are shot from the right angle. So try to make your objects look three-dimensional rather than flat. Label the important parts of your images and give your image a figure number and description caption. So the Lego or off-brand Lego instruction set that I provided, gives us some examples of what images can look like and also how instruction sets can be ineffective. As you're going through, though, I want you to think about the angles that you take photos of something. Also, that your images have a figure number and a descriptive caption, that it's not just an image that seems to be existing on its own. People need to know what the image is and what it's going to be used for. Use a visual hierarchy. You'll notice that this is in everything. Remember to use headings, subheadings, other visual elements that make your text scannable and easy to use. You should consider using sans serif for headings. Reduce font size and change color for subheadings. Use a color wisely. You'll see in a couple of slides later. And think about using text boxes, columns, tables, and other visual layout forms. So just think about the way that you can use kind of the document design to help with clarity and to make it user-friendly. Formal parts. I don't know why this is labeled number 12, but let's ignore that. Remember to include all 5 formal parts of the instruction set, including the intro, the list of materials, the steps, troubleshooting, and glossary. Remember to review the textbook chapter for a formal list of what should go in each part. You can also see the previous PowerPoint for that. And finally, copy and mimic. Perhaps one of the most important rules of technical writing is that you should find good examples of the genre you are writing and copy and mimic them. What do technical instructions of the type you are writing usually look like? Which technical instruction layouts do you like the best? Which formatting of images do you like the best? Try to make yours look like theirs, but better. So you're not looking to recreate the genre or do anything innovative. You're looking to find what is effective and make it even better. Now, finally, here is some help with color schemes. So you're going to apply the 60-30-10 rule using 3 colors. 60% should be primary, 30% secondary, and 10% an accent color. You should choose your color scheme wisely. Buy a color scheme or photo, not randomly. Don't just think, I like this color and this color and this color, so I'm going to use them. Look for color schemes that work. So here are some examples here of 4 different color schemes and the color wheel. So if any of you have had any art classes at all, you know that complementary colors exist on opposite sides of the color wheel. So purple and yellow, right? Orange and blue. So those are complementary colors. Also, just look at the ways that you can use different color schemes and be sure that you use them effectively. So here we see the complementary, analogous, split complementary, triad, tetradic, and quadrilateral. So these are ways to create color harmony as you think about how you might want to use colors. So this is a good thing to hold on to as you are, sorry about that, creating your instruction set. So I believe that brings us to the end of this, and happy instruction set making.